rate your most favorite commentator to your least favorite commentator on our team.
As long as you put Arlo last, you're right.
I mean, I've known obviously Foltz and Faraday forever, so
we win.
You know,
we win.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are
what about
T1.
me?
Sweet.
You guys are T1. Suan, you know you're one of my favorites. And then you got Dom F.
Tom F.
I like
Tom F. What's the F? What does the F stand for?
I
can't tell you.
I've known Jerry and Faraday for so long that they got to be my T1.
How wrong you are. So am I like a close second then?
I'm gonna put you 3.
If there's a T for 1, you can't be second. Yeah.
Oh, that's
can't
right.
Be second.
You know what? Screw you guys. It's a morning here. While you guys are drinking on your flipping cocktails, it's freaking. I gotta wake up at.
I don't drink. I don't drink.
You don't drink anymore. You don't drink any less. It's another episode of Fairway to Heaven. This is a LIV Golf podcast with your host, myself, Heng, and Jerry Foltz. This is the premiere of season dos. Dos?
Dos?
2. Yeah,
two.
2. We made it. Season 2.
2 and 2. Yes.
And guess what? To kick off this season, how about we get a very special guest? You might maybe be familiar with his mullet. You might be familiar with him wearing the 4 Aces gear. He's had 4 professional wins to his name. We love him. We're so excited to have him on. It is Perez. Woo! Double P.
Woo!
Woo! Bells and
Crowd
whistles.
goes wild.
They go wild. They go wild.
What's your walk-up song to our broadcast team?
Sabotage by Beastie Boys, probably.
Perfect. Sabotage.
What was it? What was it the last couple of years in Adelaide?
I went Iron Maiden for a while. I played Aces High, Aces. So it's one of my favorite songs. Then I went to last year. I went to Jump Around. That was a good one. I figured I'd get everybody, jumping. So it was it was awesome.
Just to let you know, Jerry has no idea what you're talking about. It sounds French to him. Look at his face. He's all fucking confused. Sorry.
I've heard Jump Around.
Was it figging confused?
By House of Pain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jump around.
I'll play it for you
jump
one night.
Up, jump up and get down.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the broadcast family. I know we've had a couple of meetings already with you, but just wanted to have an official, welcome. Welcome to our broadcast team. We're so stoked to have you. First of all, I'm curious, what made you decide to come into commentary?
To be honest with you, it was a little more forced than I thought it was going to be.
There's no pulling punches with that. There's zero pulling punches.
To be perfectly honest, I thought I was going to play this year, and I'm not. So, I'd always thought about TV anyway because I did the Tiger film at, kind of YouTube stuff and some stuff, and it was just kind of, I don't know. I thought I'd be there one day, and it seemed like a couple of weeks ago was the day. So I'm actually looking forward to it. It's going to be nice. Not necessarily break, but it's going to be nice to see the other side of it and kind of learn the ins and outs of what it is from especially people like Foltz and Faraday and Arlo, everyone that's been part of the broadcast forever. So I get to learn what it is, and I'm actually really excited about doing it.
That's cool.
Are your people are going to want to know right away? Are your playing days over? Are they done?
No.
Or
no. It's really I'm in no man's land right now because I'm still banned by the tour. But I think I want to focus on the TV. I'm really going to focus on this year, learn, kind of find my niche and what I'm doing, and if it works out great and I can do more TV, I don't know. I might stick with it. I've only played 4 days since Dallas was over last year. And to be honest with you, I haven't really missed it much. You know, I don't even think about going to the course. I'm not sore anymore. My hands don't hurt. My elbows don't hurt. You know, it's kind of been nice to just kind of hang around the house and really not think about it, to be honest with you. But, you know, it's kind of a midlife, not midlife, but kind of a midway point of, you know, maybe starting something new. And I don't know. I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, the thing I've noticed about you though is you are the fittest you've been in a long time. You got
It's the
yourself
energy
in
drink
serious.
that he's got.
That's it's a Arizona Kool-Aid.
Oh, because you got yourself in probably, I mean, I don't know if certainly the fittest you've been for a long time. Obviously the motivation is still there to play and to play well, right?
Yeah, you know, when I signed with LIV, I knew I was going to have a lot of time off, but I also thought, you know what, I better take this really seriously. And I wish I'd have done that. You know, I told people in the past, I wish, you know, because Tiger and I were, you know, pretty good friends back in the day, and you know, he worked out all the time, and he did all these things. And you know, watching him basically from 8 years old all the way until now, I wish I would have kind of followed a little more of his lead. You know, obviously not saying I was ever going to be Tiger, but I think I would have had more success playing if I would have taken, you know, maybe a little more seriously and kept myself in better shape. And I mean, who knows? I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have been, you know, I don't know.
But you wouldn't be Perez today.
Yeah, it's also true. I don't know. I just, you know, I have so much time, and I really wanted to not let the team down. So I thought, okay, I need to get in shape. I need to be stronger. I need to, you know, play better. It was just so much pressure because it's such a more compact schedule, and there's only 3 days. So, you know, I don't want to let the team down because obviously DJ's DJ. You know, Reed is Reed. They're Masters champions. You know, and then Gooch was playing phenomenal, and Petey was playing phenomenal. And I was the older guy that, you know, didn't really hit it far, wasn't in good shape. And I thought, you know, I really need to focus on getting in better shape, trying to be stronger, and, you know, trying to take it seriously. And, you know, in the end, I just didn't play well enough last year to, you know, keep playing. But, you know, I feel great. You know, I know if I can go to Champ Tour, I'll be in the same kind of shape. I mean, you know, you look at Harrington. He's got big speed, plays great. You know, loves the game. You know, you look at them, I mean, the all-time is longer. I mean, you know, the guy is 100, and he's in great shape. He still competes. He won the Charles Schwab last year. I mean, it is incredible what that guy's done. I mean, you talk about motivation and inspiration. That guy is incredible for someone that can, you know, win the Schwab Cup. I think, what is he, 67, I believe? I mean, the guy shoots his age every time he goes out. That is unbelievable. But, you know, I've talked to players from out there. He's at, you know, he'll win a tournament Sunday. He's in the gym at the next course Monday morning, and then he'll play 9 holes on Monday. And he takes it so serious. And I think it couldn't be more inspiring. You look at VJ. VJ is probably the hardest worker I've ever seen. You know, he would at least rival Tiger as far as working hard. That guy's on the range all day, at the course all day, left at night. You know, then wanted to work out. I mean, he was unbelievable. When I got to LIV, I thought, you know, I gotta start. The first day I got home, I got on the bike. I'd had this thing for like 2 years. I never even turned it on. And now if I go like 2 days without doing a bike, it just drives me nuts. So I try to make up for it. But I just try to keep myself in shape. And, you know, I've got 2 young kids too. So I'm also trying to stay alive and, you know, be active with them. So there's just kind of a whole new focus on a lot of things on what I'm going to do. But, you know, if I get to play the Champ Tour, you know, great. It's not really a big thing, but, you know, I think this TV thing is going to be great, but I want to be, you know, I want to just be healthy-ish.
One of the things you're known for, and what you were saying was talking about the guys who paid a bigger price, if you will, for success. You had a hell of a career. You were a hell of a player for a long, long time. Matter of fact, I got to cover. I was actually with his group 3 of his 4 wins. Obviously, I wasn't overseas with you, but I feel honored to do that. But you had a zest for living as well. When people ask me about you, because so many people within our community at the broadcast now have said, "What's Pat like? What's Pat like?" I said, he's wide open. He's lived his life wide open. He speaks wide open. He acts wide open. You enjoyed life more than a lot of your peers. You just have that zest, that zeal for life that a lot of people don't. Do you regret having as much fun as you did? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, definitely not. Because, you know, I look at it as, you know, you only get one run at this whole thing. So, you know, I was always on kind of the mindset of work hard, play hard. So I would work hard. When I got to a tournament, I would work hard, and I would, you know, I would do whatever I could to, try to succeed. And then when I was home, and we partied, and that's what it was. And uh, uh, you know how it is, Foltz. I've had runs, 6, 7 weeks on the road of just the grind, and it just gets old. And then you get home, like, God, I'm not even looking at those clubs. I'll start it back up next week, and it got so tiring. It was, by the time I got to the LIV Tour, I played so many weeks in a row. I just finished a 7-week stretch, and I got the call from DJ, and I had to really think it over for a couple of days because I didn't really, I knew if I left, that was it. And PGA Tour days were over. So, but I don't know. I've had fun. I have a ton of friends, and we always have a good time. And I just kind of enjoyed everything. I've been lucky to play golf this long, and I don't know. I didn't. If you'd have told me when I left school in '97 that I was going to, be here at 49, getting ready to do almost 49, getting ready to do TV, but have played since 1998 and never lost my job, I'd say it's pretty. I would have taken it for sure. I played with a lot of guys that in and out of Q school or in and off the tour, and I don't know. It's pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah, damn right. You should be so proud. I mean, it's been, your career is, like you said, to be able to keep your job for that long. And look, Foltz and I know how hard it is to do that. I mean, so many people don't get to say the same thing you just said about their career. So you should be so damn proud. And it's not over yet. Out of all of us on a broadcast team, you're the only person that really has any sort of inside perspective as to what that was like, and skills, amongst many other things. What it was like to actually play in the format, right, that we have on LIV. You got the team, you got the individual. When you joined, it was obviously new.
Yeah.
What was that really like? I mean, did you enjoy it? Did you embrace the whole team thing?
I love the morning inning. I always thought that I was more of a team player than anything else. And when we started to get, into it, I was so excited to be on DJ's team. And then, the first time I ever played with Reed was at Glen Eagles in Jersey. And we played 18 holes, a 2-ball, and we didn't say a word to each other the whole day. He is so about, the golf. I mean, the guy works as hard as anybody on the planet. He is all for that thing. And he was he'd always text me, call me, hey, bro, come on, let's get it going. We all believe in it. Let's get it going. I mean, he was unbelievable. And I just always was kind of that team thing. And it was always my deal. I can't let these guys down. I got to get something in. But I think I may have put a little too much pressure on myself to do that because I never really played for anybody other than basically my caddy, So it was awesome. I love the team thing. I think it was so fun. I had a blast for those 3 years doing it. It was awesome. I couldn't have loved it more. When I got out there the first time we won our first tournament in Portland, and I'd never really known Gooch at all. And all of a sudden we're hugging, and we're on stage and spraying each other with champagne. And I've known this guy 4 days, and it was a blast. And then we win Miami in the final. We're all celebrating, hugging, and laughing. I just loved it. I love the team part of it. That was my favorite thing about it, was knowing that, I had 3 other guys that had my back, and then the caddies, and then the families, and then, the managers, everybody. We were all one big group, and it was so cool. I was so happy, and it was so fun to be part of.
So when you get into broadcasting, we're going to, because of your most recent experience with the team, with everything and in your career, and you're just now stepping away for a brief time to do this. It might become permanent. We're going to rely on you for the dirt. So, I mean, this doesn't go anywhere else besides here. Why did the 4 Aces suck so bad last year?
That's a damn good question. Because we talked about here, it's not like it was anything that anybody. We all tried. We all worked the same as we always worked. DJ always, works as hard as he does, and Reed never leaves the course, so he's always working. And HB, I thought we were all playing good, and just somehow we just never got the ball rolling. We just could never get all the scores together, and it just, I don't know what it was. We just could not get it. We scratched our heads, and We talk about it. We just could not get it. We just couldn't get it going. I mean, the first years we played so great, and I don't know. I can't figure it out. But we pulled it together at the end, and we were leading there for a while, and I thought we were going to win, and they pulled out. But to have a bad year like that and finish second in the team. I mean, I think we finished first. We finished first, fourth, and second. So we've made it to every Sunday in the finals. Yeah. We won. We finished second and fourth, which I think is pretty good for as far as being a part of it for all 3 years.
I'm curious to hear your perspective, because obviously you got to play on the PGA Tour for a long time, and then coming over to LIV and having, at the time it was 48 players when you joined, now 54. Obviously top 24 gets the lock zone, right?
Yeah.
And then the courses we play, as you alluded to, the compressed schedule. How you can give us the best insight as to how difficult is it to compete with these guys week in, week out? You only really have 13 individual events to secure your top 24 spot, but also the travel and all of it, the competition. How hard is it?
When you do the PGA Tour, you do 6 in a row, if you're not playing well, I never did private jet things. So, it's commercial, and then pack up Sunday and get to the next spot and find your hotel. And the best thing we got was a courtesy car. That's all we got. It was a courtesy car. Nothing else was covered. So, spending basically 24 years on the road. I mean, my caddy H.
Oh yeah, H. Yeah.
Yeah, he's caddying for Yuban Jang now this year. We drove 24 weeks straight on the Buy.com tour back in the day. The only time I didn't see him was in the shower. For that 24 weeks, that was it. We spent all day now. We shared a room, car, everything, practice rounds, dinners, everything. We've done all that, but the travel thing for LIV is unbelievable. And it's so different from PGA Tour, especially back in the day when I started. I mean, purses were $4 million, so it's not like the PGA Tour today where everyone's making $20 million purses and all this stuff and PIP money and all that. But it's phenomenal. The LIV thing was just incredible. The travel was fun. It was great. It was great. But the difference in the two is, it's, to answer your question, the 13 events, if you don't get rolling, especially with the competition we have with the Roms and the Brooks and the Brighton, these guys are unbelievable. They come out firing. If you don't get going on that first day, it is so hard to catch up. If you shoot 200 and the leaders, you have an 8, 7, 6, 5. If you don't get it going right out of the gate the next day, I mean, it's going to be hard for you to get a top 10. It just really is, because it's so fast. 54 holes is so quick that you got to be on the pedal as soon as that first shotgun starts. That's the biggest difference is, you play the tour and it's 4 days and, you get going, then there's a cut, and then you try to make a big run on Saturday. And this is complete opposite. You have got to be running right out of the gate in that first really 36 holes to get yourself in position for the last 18.
I'm just curious. I mean, I got so many questions I could ask you for public consumption, but I want to ask you if you've ever played with Hatton, and who leads in F-bombs?
It'd have to be tied. I mean, it's pretty close to tied. I mean, we could definitely bring each other down. That'd be great. We could definitely argue on who had the worst shot.
Oh yeah.
No, I think
You're both self-deprecating.
He's phenomenal. He is such a good player. I mean, he's unbelievable. It's just part of the deal. It's like Rahm. Not to really wear out Rahm, but that is just part of who Rahm is. Rahm has so much passion and care for what he does that sometimes he just can't hold in anger or whatever it is for that moment. But that I would never tell John to change or Turl to change, because they're such phenomenal players. I don't think it hinders them. That's why John's won 2 majors, and Turl has played phenomenal at DP, and obviously it might be hindering him, but it's not. It's part of his process. There's a lot of guys that kind of do that, and there's some guys that have no emotion whatsoever. You take Brooks, nothing bothers him. DJ, nothing bothers him. That's just their deal. It's just different personalities, and it works for all those 4 guys I just mentioned. That whatever they do works for them.
Speaking of DJ and kind of the Jets and all that treatment, are you gonna get the same? Are you gonna get a little hop on, hop off from DJ this season as a part of the broadcast team? Do you still
What's
have
that
I don't
that
mean?
know.
same air
Oh, on the
ticket
jet, on the jet.
on the
Yeah,
jet?
yeah,
Yeah, on the
yeah,
jet.
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to DJ since Dallas, so I don't actually know. I'm hoping. I hope so. Be nice.
Sometimes you're too damn honest. Sometimes you're literally too honest. No, you've joined the dark empire now. No, no. I mean, I know
That's
from when I
what
went from
I got a text from Vince Cellini. He said, "Welcome to the dark side."
yeah, 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 yeah. No, I remember when I went from playing to broadcasting. Although I quit playing long before I actually retired. Um, but yeah, no, you get treated. You're going to get treated just a hair different by the
Oh,
guys
I
because
guarantee
they're
it.
going to worry. They trust you for now. They trust you, and
For
they
now,
will.
Hmm.
But they're going to be a little worried that what they tell you is, going on, public radio. I mean, you've thought about this a lot. I've talked to you a few times, quite a bit. Everybody that has talked to you, who I've corresponded with, has said the same thing. You've not taken this lightly. You're not just like going to go show up, pick up a microphone, and call golf. You've actually studied it a bit. You've given this because that's the way you live your life. You've given this way more thought than most people would have at this stage of your career. What do you hope to bring to the broadcast?
obviously honesty, but I'm not here to like wear out players. I'm here to call the shot, basically the
Why
way it is.
not?
I mean, well, I'll pick and choose my players. If someone's rude to me, the more they'll get one off that day. Um, I think I like the way Johnny Miller was. I wouldn't use the word. I don't think I would ever use the word choke, but he called it the way it was, and it is what it is. You call it the
Yeah.
way it is, and I think I can bring. Well, I'm going to try to bring the perspective of what the player is thinking. What's he thinking? What's he? Where is he at in the tournament? What shots he trying to pull off? Obviously, if he didn't pull it off, he didn't pull it off. But if he did, why did he pull it off? Was it great? Why did he pull it off? I don't know. I'm trying. I think about it all the time. Like you told me, don't overthink it. But that's all I've done is think about it. So I'm
No,
trying to
yeah, yeah,
figure
yeah.
out.
Everybody's told you that. Everybody's told you quit
Everyone's told me that.
overthinking it and
You
be
know, I,
yourself.
I'm just trying to bring as much knowledge as I can about the player and how they play, or why they're great, or what they work on, or how they do it, or the different. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out. The biggest thing I'm trying to figure out is how I'm going to follow the ball in the dark in Riyadh, because I've never
Not that
actually
hard.
That's
played
what
in the
I'm
dark,
trying
so I
to
have no
figure
idea
out.
It
how I'm
is
going
not
to
that
80
hard.
yards tee box to call the shot. That's what I'm actually worried about. Is
It's
trying to
not that
figure out
hard.
how to follow that ball. But I'm just basically going to see what I see, and me, Jared, I'm just going to call what I see.
Yep.
That's kind of what I'm. That's kind of what I'm going to do.
That's
I
why
don't
all
really
our
have
hopes are so high.
I don't really have any other. I don't really have any other tactic to it. It's whatever happens, and then I've been watching a little bit of golf to see certain timings of how much time you have and what do they say, and I don't want to be boring. I don't want to be boring. I don't want to be bland, and I don't think I'm going to be either one of those. So that's kind of my
There's
goal.
plenty of those. Yeah,
There's plenty of those. I
in golf
I don't want to
commentary,
be that. I want to bring some insight, bring some knowledge, and also I guess basically the bottom line is I'm gonna call what I see, and that's gonna be it.
If us losers, Jerry and myself, are able to do it, I'm pretty sure you can do it pretty darn well.
I'm hoping
yeah.
Jerry's
Yes.
Jerry's an idol. He's been in forever. So, and fairly
Forever.
had a natural way about it. I'm again. I don't really have an idea because I haven't really done. I mean, when I did the Tiger Phil match, I was in the booth with Charles and Sam Jackson and Adam Lefkoe, and it was different because the match was so bad, and I begged BZ to put me and Charles in a cart to go out there and start needling these guys a little bit because it wasn't going to happen. Because I told him, I told him point blank, I said, God forbid Tiger's losing this match on the ninth hole, this thing is over because Tiger's going to go into Tiger mode and he's going to want to win. He does not want to lose, and there's going to be no more talking. Basically, all we did was hear Phil breathe for about 3 hours. So, I begged him to get out there. I begged him to get out there and put us out there, and they wouldn't do it. And but I had a blast. I had a blast doing it. It was so much fun. We got to joke around, and again, I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do, but I have an idea.
Well, I think you're going to be great. Speaking of
I do
Riyadh,
too.
let's talk about the season preview right now and kind
Yeah,
of get your thoughts on stuff. Yes, we are going to play under the lights in Riyadh. It's going to be very different. Have you played much night golf yourself?
not sober. Definitely not sober. The last time I was out, I haven't actually. I can't remember the last time I even played. There was a little course in San Diego called Mission Bay. It was phenomenal. It was like $11 a play.
Yeah, I played Junior World there when I was 12.
Exactly.
Yeah.
11-12 division.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't done much, so I'm going to do a lot of my work, obviously, at night, like you guys will, but, to try to follow shots. I'm going to try to figure out where I can stand, where I can, like, follow the shot or see what the hell's going on, because I'm hoping the lights are good enough. In Jeddah, they were great. So I'm hoping that they're similar to that, because I didn't play the Pro-Am in the Saudi International Series. I played during the day, but the boys they played 9 holes. They took a break and they played 9 at night, and they said it was a little dodgy, but but we'll see. I'm hoping.
There's so many ways to cheat it if you can't see the ball. By the way, there's so many ways to cheat it. You just turn back and look at the way they're leaning. Well, first of all, hopefully you're close enough. You hear the contact. You can tell if they heeled it or towed it or skied it or thinned it or whatever. And then if you lose it, I mean, you just cheat it. You just cheat it. And then if you don't know, you just talk about some other bullshit. It's so easy. Yeah.
I tell you what, I hope they got spotters out there, because they got a whole bunch of vines and like water and all this other kind of stuff that if you can't see it, if you can't see go on lights, that ball is gone, because there's no people anyway. So I don't know. It's gonna be suspect. It's gonna be.
Yeah, thankfully I got to play a little bit of night golf. Obviously, Singapore is hot as a JT. So
right.
I growing up, I played a lot of night golf, and I was telling Foltz last week, it's a depth perception. You just can't quite get how far really. I mean, and precision is so important in golf anyway. So the fact that you have to deal with that, and I think the short game's going to be so hard.
And then you got the shadows of the light.
You have like 8 shadows at a time. Yeah, exactly. That's the hard part on the greens. Yeah,
they come in like this. I mean, it's unbelievable. I heard the players are wearing pants all year.
I've heard that rumor too. Yeah,
I got to confirm the other day that the players are wearing pants. The first place I thought about was Singapore.
Yeah.
Man, every year that we've returned to Singapore, all I hear is just everyone telling me how hot it is. I'm like,
boy, it's hot.
Dude, I've been here for 37 years. I know how hot it is. Like,
it's
trust
hot.
me.
I'll tell you what, that city is phenomenal, though. The city's phenomenal. The course, I love the course. I think the whole place I love it. I think it's phenomenal. I can't wait to go back.
Thanks. At least one of us, besides Jerry hates it. Jerry hates Singapore.
Come on, Jerry, you're in an air-conditioned booth. God.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's not my favorite place. No, it's just not my favorite. Everybody's too. I like a little more. I don't know, chaos. There's no chaos there.
I'll take you to some freaking chaos.
No, there's no chaos. I'll tell you what, you don't want.
No, there is chaos.
You don't want to be part of the chaos there. I can tell you that much.
No, that's what I mean.
That's stress.
It's a city state. Yeah. Night golf, by the way, it's not that hard to see the ball. I've played a fair bit of it. But the one story, it was right there in Phoenix, not far from where you live now. I don't remember the name of the course. It was like 25 years ago or so. Me and some buddies, when I was still trying to play, so 30 years ago, we played a glow ball golf tournament. So you had little sticks on the tees to let you know what tees were. You had maybe a stick in the fairway, and then you had a stick around the flag stick, and you played these little glow balls. And speaking of depth perception, we got this one hole, and evidently it was an island green. We followed the cart path this way. The other 2 guys followed it that way, and we both ended up in the lake in our carts. both carts, all 4 sets of clubs in the lake. We got one of the carts out, so we put all our clubs on that, and we ended up winning the damn thing. But they wouldn't.
No shit.
They got a couple lit courses here. They got a great little par 3 that just opened up. What the hell's the name of that place? Rolling Hills something like that. I don't know. But a little par 3 course is awesome. And then you got Coronado is lit up. But there's a couple of them. I might have to go over there and check it out. But
I think there's.
yeah,
I think Don Ray's place out at Superstition has a lit course as well.
Oh, does it? Yeah. This par 3 was cool. But grass clippings, that's what it's called. Cool little junk.
Very nice.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Who whispered that to you?
Huh?
Who whispered that to you?
My consigliere.
Get her on camera. Come on.
Say hello to the world.
Hi, guys.
There we go.
Hi.
I was
Sam.
hoping that
Hi.
would happen. Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Good. How are y'all?
Good.
Good. Look forward
This
to
show
seeing
just got
you.
a lot better.
No, can't wait to see you guys. I'll be starting in Hong Kong, so I'll see you guys there.
Sweet.
Okay, perfect. You're coming
Love
to the nicer side of Earth.
Yeah,
Asia.
She can't wait to see Singapore either. So you're gonna have to give her. You gotta. Hey, what's that restaurant you keep telling everybody?
Burn ends.
Burnt
Burn
ends.
ends.
You gotta get us
book
in
you
there.
guys. I'll book you guys a table. I'll book you guys a table.
Most overrated place you've ever been in
100%.
your
We
life.
gotta get in there.
Perfect.
We gotta get in.
All right, guys.
You gotta
Good
get
to
in
see
there.
you.
You gotta get in there.
Okay, I'll get you
Taking
in
more
there.
notes.
Now, more importantly, I would like to hear your perspective now that you've kind of known all of us for a while. Rate your most favorite commentator to your least favorite commentator on our team.
Oh,
Come
I thought
on,
it was about
Pat.
golf ability. I thought it was about golf ability.
No, that shit's boring.
The thing is
Like,
that-
come
Oh,
on.
okay.
The things
That
I've never
shit's
really been
boring.
interviewed,
Who
buddy.
cares about how good we are?
As long as you
I
put
like-
Arlo last, you're right.
The thing about it is I don't really know Arlo that well. I mean, I've known obviously Foltz and Faraday forever. So,
We win?
You know.
We win?
yeah. I mean, you guys are
what about
T1.
me?
Okay, sweet.
You guys
Come
are-
on.
You guys are T1. Suan, you know you're one of my favorites. And then you got Dom F.
Tom F.
I like
Tom F. What's the F? What does the F stand for?
I can't.
He can't tell you.
It's from a movie. I can't say anyway. It's actually one of the greatest movies ever. But no, I like everybody. Everybody I've gotten to know. I mean, and then starting to get know everybody. Everyone's great. But I've known Jerry and Faraday for so long that they got to be my T1.
Ah, how wrong you are. So am I like a close second then?
I'm gonna put you 3.
If there's a
T1
T
and
for
there's
one,
3
you can't
for
be
you.
second. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Can
right.
be
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? Screw you guys. It's a morning here. While you guys are
Check-
drinking on
check
your
leaderboard.
flipping cocktails, it's freaking. I gotta wake up at.
I don't drink. I don't
5.
drink.
You don't drink anymore. You don't drink any less.
True.
Okay. So then, is Arlo last though? We would like to know. Is that it? Is Arlo last? Does Dom
I don't know
come
if he's
after?
last.
Like, Dom's after me, and then Arlo's like the.
I guess so. I mean, I don't really know Arlo that well, so it's not like it's.
Oh.
I mean, but yeah, it's you 4 for sure, and then
Hey, Nick and Will, our producers, clip that off for me, please. Just clip that bit off for me. Yeah, I need that in my phone.
Jerry and Arlo have this wonderful, as you'll notice through your time with us, they have this wonderful kind of relationship where it's like they're a couple in love. They have a
Oh,
lot
boy.
of like, they have a lot of bitterness, but a lot of love, and there's a lot of
Arlo-
like.
Arlo acts like he hates me, but the fact is he hates himself for loving me. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
it's just.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
I
a
know that
love-hate
kind of relationship.
relationship.
Hey, let's get some season predictions, shall we? To wrap
Yes.
up this podcast. Who is a team to beat this season? Double P.
With all 4 scores counting, I think you're going to see quite a spread in scores this year because of the all 4 counting. I think the crusher is going to be there. Still pulling for the aces do well. I think Thomas is a great player, obviously. So I think they're going to be, a reckon with. Obviously, Rahm. That team is, Tommy Kevin. I think he's a phenomenal player. I don't know much about him, but Ironheads. I think the way they did in Dallas, where they kind of surprised everybody there at the end. I think that I saw that kid the other night play that Yuman Jang. I think he's gonna be really good. I mean, he fades his elbow, which I've never even seen before, but he's got big speed, he's got control. I think the Ironheads are gonna be good. I think obviously Smash, they've got phenomenal players. I think you're gonna see. I think it's going to get to where it needs to be, where like any other league, you need at least 80% of the teams to be really good. You can't just have 3 teams battled out each week. It's got to get to it. I think the 4 scores is such a great move. It should have been that way last year because you would have seen a whole different ball game in as far as what teams were winning. The Legion 13 probably I don't know if they would have won an event. So counting Karen each time.
We've run the numbers, and we've run the numbers, and there are some differences, but not hugely drastic, believe it or not. There are differences in who would win.
They would have won?
Yeah, they would have won. Yeah, I don't remember how many times I was on the analytics call earlier today, but yeah, so many teams solidified that 4th position this year too. I mean, so many teams they brought in help. A lot of teams did.
Yeah. How about cliques though with Frederick as well?
I think there's going to be a lot of good teams. I'm hoping it's a lot closer this year. I want to see playoffs. I want to see action. I want to see like a 3 or 4 shot swing in 2 holes. I mean, that kind of stuff is where it gets exciting. You see it like in basketball when they go on a 10-0 run in in a minute 20, and baseball they come up with 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th to make it a game. I think that's how this can be. I think it can get to where you can see these big changes, 2 guys hit in the water and 2 guys make birdie on the other side. It's like these are the kind of things, but I think the teams are really good this year. I'm hoping to see it really kind of compacted at every tournament.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be really interesting. Now, who can beat John Rahm for the individual title? Who's going to give John Rahm a run for his money?
I think Hatton can win. I still think Brooks, Bryson. There's a lot of guys that can beat him. There's a lot of guys that can beat him. I don't know. I mean, John is such a force. He is every year he gets better, he gets stronger, he gets smarter. I mean, he is such a smart player, and he is so talented. I mean, I haven't played with him, recently, but I've played a ton with him at home in Silverleaf, and he falls down. He falls down and shoots 61. I mean, just falling down. It's unbelievable. He's got every shot. He's huge high draw, big high fade. He has go-to shots, and he works at it so hard. I mean, he's up in the morning doing mental work, and then he goes to the gym, then he comes to the course, and he plays, and he hits more balls. I go to the bar, he goes to the range. It's like I know now why I could never beat him, because he's doing these things and I'm doing these things, and he is so good. I expect him obviously to be there right at the end again, if not win the whole thing. That would be my prediction. He probably wins again. There are players that can beat him, obviously, but they're going to have a hell of a year. And obviously, if Brooks plays like when he went, there are guys that can do it. Can they do it consistently like him? I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, John Rahm is one of the all-time players. He's obviously got 2 majors. He got screwed in the COVID thing. Should have won Memorial. He basically dominated this year and missed a tournament. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, he missed a tournament, and I think he's going to be a force for a long time. But I expect the same culprits. Cam Smith, Brooks, Bryson, Terrell. Wacko, obviously phenomenal. He had such a great year.
DJ, you haven't mentioned DJ.
He didn't play his best last year. I know he won Vegas, but after that, it wasn't really anything to talk about, especially as the DJ level that I know. I mean, DJ, I've been following him, known him well since 2007, and he won every year for 14 years. That is an unbelievable accomplishment. 2 majors of FedEx. He is such a phenomenal player. He's such an unbelievable gift. He might be as gifted as John Daly. I mean, John Daly is probably the most gifted I've ever seen play the game as far as a natural talent ability. I mean, Tiger is Tiger. We know that's a way different story, but JD is so unbelievably talented. If he plays like he does, he will be there. But he obviously didn't play that great last year. As far as my standards for him, I have him, all the way to the top, obviously. because he's been that way since basically '08, as far as I've known him. So I'd like to see him play, phenomenal. I'd like to see him be there at the end. I think he obviously can. But there's about 12 guys. I think there's only maybe 4 or 5 that can actually win the individual title. That's how I see it.
I'm calling Joaquin. What about you, Foltzy?
I am calling Tyrrell. He's in my mind and statistically, he's the most dominant golfer on the planet right now. Now I know people are gonna go crazy saying Scotty Scheffler's got a massive gap in the OWGR. I just think of recent form the last couple of months. Obviously, Scotty's been hurt, but I think he's in that conversation with best golfer on earth right now. Very much so.
Well, the OWGR is so skewed anyway at this point. It doesn't really even count.
Ship sailed, yeah.
It's such a it's obviously hard because obviously the LIV players don't get it. But if you look at numbers, you look at stats, you look at these things, if they were playing together, if they had, if you could get 8 of them together, if you get 8 tournaments and you could get the top players, if you could take our top 14 and put them in with those designated events, I think those designated events would look very different.
Yeah.
Because you're taking our top players, which are, phenomenal players. I mean, Brooks and Bryson both won a major last year. In the last 2 years. So, I think there's only like 4 guys that can win the individual, and I'm going early prediction with Rahm again.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Now you've been to a few venues. We're going to repeat some venues this year. You've been there as a player, and then we're going to some new ones, obviously, this year as well. Which one are you looking forward to the most?
I mean, Adelaide obviously is always a blast. I like them all. Like everyone said, which one's your favorite? I said, they're all majors to me, so I love them all. I mean, it's I loved all of them. I didn't have a bad time anywhere, So, but there are, you hear talk this and that, but it's I like them all. I like Adelaide. Obviously loved Hong Kong was great. Singapore was great. It's different for me because I like the international ones because I never have really been outside the United States. When you play the PGA Tour, you stay in the States. And that's pretty much what it is until they start adding Zozo and CJ Cup and those were so fun to go to. But now, the fact that we've got, what is it, 9 out of the country now? That's awesome. And Mexico City, I've been to Mexico City. I played that tournament twice down there for the WGC. By the way, get ready for a walk, man. That is a joint.
Ooh.
7 yards. It's
7,000 feet.
Yeah, it is 7,800 feet. Ball goes a mile. Anybody can figure out how far Bryson hits a 9-iron there. I'll give you anything you want. Because it could be, he could hit his 9-iron 245 there. I mean, who knows?
Easily.
It is.
Easily.
I can't wait for him to get on. I can't remember what hole I was trying to talk about with H. There's a drive. There's a hole that he can hit driver and absolutely unleash, and I can't wait to see actually how far it goes but it's going to be great. Mexico, that course is phenomenal. But I'm looking forward to everything. I'm looking forward every day, every minute. I'm looking forward to learning new stuff. I'm looking forward to all of it.
Hey, sidebar real quick. How'd you get H on Euban's bag? That's a huge get.
Yeah, I didn't. It was Kevin Na called. Well, I talked to Kevin Na at Chicago last year. I said, hey, man, look, I might not be playing. I know that Kenny, you guys split. I said, I don't know if you want to, you obviously, we've known Kevin forever. So I said, hey, you know how H is. And, if you're looking for a guy, he might be available. I'm not really speaking for him, but he might, be looking to do something. And I guess they kind of talked through the off season and he got him Eubank. I'm telling you, that kid, I think he's going to be good. He's young. He's got big speed. I think I told H to call his accountant. I think he's going to make some money this year.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh, I'm sure you're excited to be on our side of the ropes.
I really am.
And we're very excited to have you on our side of the ropes and hear your perspective on the league as well as the game and getting all the inside scoop with the players. I'm sure we'll miss seeing you, inside the ropes playing, but we're certainly really excited to see you with us. Hey, most importantly, is the mullet coming back?
No, it's done. Can't do it. Such a pain in the ass to take care of that I couldn't do it anymore. It was so, just couldn't do it. It's gone. I've nixed it. My dad asked me the same thing.
I love your dad and mom, by the way. When they
dad,
come out, they are the best. They literally are so much fun. They're
fun.
the kindest. They're so kind.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, my dad just did the Farmers again. This year is his 40th year in a row doing it.
On the first tee.
Yeah, on the first tee they started. They did a thing for him. I didn't realize 40 years. And that is a long time to be doing something. Yeah, I don't know. They might come to the tournament this year. Who knows? It's obviously a little different because they're not watching. I'm not playing, but we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, they're fun.
Cool.
Pat, thank you so much for your time. We're gonna let you get back to your kids. I know you want to go and chill out and have a nice little evening, so we won't hold you back anymore.
No, all good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. This will not be the only episode you'll be joining us. We're gonna make you join us as much as you'd like to join us.
I'll do it anytime you want.
Anytime.
I love this stuff. I'll do it anytime you want. I'm looking forward to working with you guys, learning all that kind of stuff. Anything you got for me, let me know. I won't hear you, but I will.
As Foltz always tells me before every single show, including the very first one we did together, where I was pretty close to sharding myself, he says, "Don't fuck it up."
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's his advice to me. He just he looks at me and goes, "Hey, have a great day out there. Don't fuck it up." I'm like,
don't
Foltz?
hurt the show. Just don't hurt the show. Here's what's going to happen, real quick. I know we're saying goodbye to you. Here's what's going to happen. You've done all this. You've had a million people giving you advice on how to do this and how this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Pay attention to this. Pay attention to that. You're going to go out there. The red light's going to come on first tee, and you're just going to call golf, and you won't have time to think of all that stuff. I know your mind works faster than most anybody's I know, but you're still not going to have time to think of all that advice. You're going to get done, and you're going to be wondering, how'd I do?
Right.
Now, the problem is when you do that, there's nobody who can really tell you how you did because it's a completely subjective business. So one person might have thought you were great, and they're all going to tell you you're great. All the bosses are going to tell you did great. That's just the way it is. And then they'll go to dinner later without you and say, he really needs to work on this and work on that.
Exactly.
Honest feedback in a subjective business is impossible. So just be your own judge, be yourself, and that's all we can say.
I won't get into it too much, but I've had some nights where I've been up at 2:00 thinking that I have said something that my career is already over. So that is, I've had some. God,
that's the point of the advice of don't fuck it up.
Exactly. I wasn't worried. I've never worried about my playing as much as I've worried about this stuff. Jesus.
You're going to be awesome, dude. Everybody knows that. So yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, though. I appreciate the opportunity. I think it's going to be. I think we're going to have some fun, and I'm really looking forward to getting to hang with you guys and find out some ins and outs, and we're going to have a blast. I can't wait. It's a great family out there, and I'm looking forward to being with all you.
My only request is I want to scout the course with you. I want to be in that golf cart, looking at the golf course with you.
You'll be tired.
100%.
You'll be so tired. You'll be so tired just listening. You'll be just tired. Oh, he'll go and go and go. You want to have fun, and the thing is, if you have fun and the team has fun, the viewer has fun, and that is the magic of our business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Cool. Yeah, so man, you come anytime you want because I'm gonna scope it out. I'm gonna be phone. I'm gonna be doing all kinds of work. Like I told James Watson originally, I said I'm gonna treat it just like I, treated my golf. There's work to go into it, and I want to know as much as I can know, and then when the time comes, it's ready to roll.
Than's for your time, Piper. Good to see you. Oh, she's growing up, man. She's growing up.
Yeah, you big.
How old are you?
6.
Wow.
6 going on 25. 6 going on 25. God.
Nice.
Where's your brother?
He's down there. He has an ear hurting.
He does.
Aww.
You didn't smack him, did you?
No.
Good. God.
Whoa.
Well, appreciate you guys.
All right, thanks, Pat.
Can't wait to see you in a couple days, and let's have some fun doing this.
Wait, are we actually going to see him?
I'm going to see him. I'm fine. Remember I told him to go to work? This is who I'm working with. These are the guys I'm working with. They're going to show me the ropes.
See you soon, Pat. Safe
travels.
All right,
thanks, guys. See you guys in a couple days.
All righty.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Love the guy.
Who does?
Really excited to have him on.
Me too.
Really
He's
cool.
gonna be
It's
great
gonna be
for our
really
team.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'll fit right in too, you know?
Oh, he already does. Yeah. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know anybody. I guess I do know people who don't like him because they're people that probably don't have a lot of friends anyway, because he doesn't suffer fools lightly. And if you're a
Yeah.
complete douche, he's going to tell you. So he's not like most people who say pleasantries to you and then behind your back say, "Oh, he's a douche." He'll say to your face, "No,
Yeah.
you're a dick. Yeah, you're a dick. Get out of my face." Yeah, and I love that
Right.
about him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Anyways, we didn't get to talk about the international series, but obviously, as we're taping this, it is the middle of the tournament, so we don't know who the
yeah.
winner is by the time this gets released. But I do want to say that the crowds, watching it, the crowds were amazing.
It was awesome.
I mean,
I
I know
woke up at 3:30 and watched it last night. It was awesome. Yeah,
I mean, I know we talked a little bit about the impact of this for golf in India.
yeah,
Um, but I mean, wow, the clinic
yeah,
that Bryson and Bond did, the amount of people that were there to attend
yeah.
it, um, just even seeing behind, watching the players and behind the players, what the fans were doing, the phones were out, everyone was just so excited and having such a great time. And the reception for our players is phenomenal.
I know. It's
Everyone is
incredible.
so pumped.
Incredible.
Um, so it's a really cool way to kick off the international series. I know they've changed some of their rules in terms of points and how, I think there's a minimum of 3 events now in order to win the international series rankings. So it's going to be really good. I know this year they're going to Japan as well, the international series. And I know
Yeah.
you talk really highly of the international series, as have I, of how good
Yes.
it's becoming,
Yeah.
its strength of field, the prize money they play for, obviously the pathway to live. So I think it's going to be a great year for the international series.
It's just going to keep growing and growing. Yeah, well, it's a legitimate contender now in the world of developmental, I guess you'd say, tours. Now that the goal always was to get to the PGA Tour or the European Tour. Now the European Tour has lost a lot of luster because basically they lose their stars every year, and they're having
Mm-hmm.
trouble keeping purses up and keeping cities interested in hosting their events, except in the winter when they have all the co-sanctioned events. So it's PGA Tour and now LIV are the two goals. We add what, 4 or 5 players a year, maybe 6 players a year.
Mm-hmm.
Not a legitimate goal for most, but international series is a great place to cut your teeth and learn and play a lot of golf and learn how to get better under various conditions. It's a phenomenal proving ground, absolutely phenomenal proving ground, and it's gotten to the point where you can actually make a good living playing it. Not a lot of proving grounds you can, but the Corn Ferry
Yeah.
Tour, the almost, I hate to put them in that category, but the DP World Tour, the European Tour now is almost just a proving ground, and the Asian Tour, they're great.
Yeah, and by the way, certain events, selected events, you're gonna get people like this week. You got Bryson, Joaquin, you got
Yeah,
who else is playing it? A ton of people are playing it.
I think
Bond, Paul
14
Casey,
of us. Yeah, all the crushers.
yeah, all the
Yeah.
crushers. Carlos Ortiz. You're gonna be able to compete with those guys.
You see who's
And
leading
that's
after round one? Because we're doing this after. You see who's leading?
I
Eugenio
saw. Yeah,
Cicada.
I saw you hit
I know. Good for him. That's awesome. He needs to take
Yeah,
advantage of these opportunities now.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
look, he's got to play. He's got to do something, right? He's got to
He's a
find a
stud of
place.
a player. He's a stud of
He
a
is.
player. There's no doubting
He
that. Never
is.
has been. Yeah.
Did you watch that phenomenal? This is after day one, by the way. By the time this gets released, that I still think it'll be certainly the top 3 shot of the week by the time this gets released. Bryson on that par 5 from that left
Yeah.
greenside bunker,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
shot that he hit, hanging live, penalty area on the right,
Yeah.
hits like this roping hook, and
Yeah.
then goes on and chips it in for an eagle.
Yeah.
You know?
His second best bunker shot of the year, though.
Yeah,
Oh no,
second
this is a
best.
new
Of
year.
course.
This is his new
This
year.
is a
Yeah,
new,
yeah, it's a new
yeah. So
year.
it's
Yeah,
the best
yeah,
bunker
yeah.
shot
So
of the year
best one
for
this
now.
year. Yeah.
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 He
Yeah.
still keeps the sand from Pinehurst, right? It's in his trophy. from
That
that
wouldn't
bunker?
surprise. No,
Yeah,
it
I think
can't be
he
in his
did.
trophy. He took his
When
trophy everywhere, and people were drinking out of it for crying out loud.
Well, I think he kept the sand though. I think he did. We'll clarify that. We'll probably try and get him on again, but
He might
I
have
think he
might have
did.
got it when he went back in there and joined Johnson Wagner during the live from on
Yeah.
Golf Channel, and
How
that was
good
a
was that, by the way?
brilliant
How
moment of
good
TV.
was that?
Yeah,
It was
brilliant
so,
moment
and
of
Johnson's
TV.
like, "Can I just take that? Can I hold that for a
Yeah,
second?"
yeah,
And then
I
he
know it
goes,
was
"Well,
awesome.
now I'm never gonna win it because I've touched
Yeah,
the trophy."
and then Johnson hit the. I mean, he kind of skanked the first one, then right in front of Bryson, he hit the best one. Yeah, his best shot, his best short
Closer
game shot
than
of the year because
Bryson. It was
he's
closer than
got the yips.
Bryson's shot.
So yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah,
That
so
was
cool.
cool. Anyways, I look forward to seeing you. By the way, we should say this though, but I know by the time this gets released, you would have already seen the guy. It might already be old news, but we just wanted to, say a Fairway to Heaven podcast. Welcome to the family, Tom McKibben.
Tom McKibben, absolutely,
He's finally
absolutely.
Legion 13 is now complete. We're ready to play. We're ready to rumble. Um, like Pat said, this year is just going to be so good with 4 scores counting. I think it's going to be so, so good.
Yeah. You know, the analytics
We,
call I had, that it was in the middle of night your time. Well, one person's in England, one's in Australia. You're in Singapore. I'm here. It didn't work out for you, but Tom McKibben helps Legion 13 more than any new addition helps their team from an analytics, from a data standpoint. That makes Legion lethal this year because he
yeah.
evidently, I mean, he's so good. Yuban Zhang has a whole lot of potential and a lot of people thinking he could be the next big thing out of Korea. He's still young, and McKibben's still very young as well. But yeah, it's really cool to see what he has done. Now, my question is, you know how our producer Herschel and Keith has basically nicknames for everybody. I mean, McKibben's McRib. It's got to be McRib. It's got to be. We got Chipotle, McRib, and ketchup. Those are
What
the
about
things that happen
Yuban? What
in your
about
ear.
Yuban though? What about Yuban Jang?
It's going to be Ruben, according to a text chain I was on. It's going to be Ruben, and I think that might have came from our guest actually that we just had on. He was on the text chain as well. But yeah, but no, that's the things when you watch, if you do watch us on TV and you hear us BSing our way through a show, that you don't know are going on in our headsets. And we're listening to this, trying not to laugh while we're trying to call the action on the air. And we got comedians in our ears calling people funny names.
I love it. I miss it.
Yes.
I miss it. Yeah,
I
I
know.
can't
It's
wait to
awesome.
get back into it. So I can't wait
It's
to
awesome.
see you. I hate to say it, but I can't
I
wait to
look
see
forward to
you.
it as well. I do look forward to it
Yeah.
very, very much. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been too long. It's been too long. I see
Yeah.
you every week, but it's just not the same. It's
No,
not the
it's not.
same as in
We're
person.
opposite sides of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Well, safe travels from your side of the world. When you get in Tuesday, Monday night.
Monday morning. I leave Saturday evening here, so whatever that is.
Jeez,
Monday.
yeah, you'll get there Monday.
Monday at 3
I get
a.m. So I'll be
there.
toast Monday all day.
Okay, I get there on Monday night. So if you wanna
Perfect.
have a 0% beverage,
Yes.
I'll be up for it.
Perfect.
I'll
I'm
be at
in.
the bar. Okay.
Love it.
If you if you love this podcast, please do subscribe. We're back on
I
the
need a
LIV
clip of
Golf.
that too. Just that little soundbite. I'll be at the bar. I'll be at the bar. I'll be at the
I'll
bar.
be at the bar. Will that be my ringtone whenever I call you?
I think it will be.
I saw this meme that came up on my social platform, Instagram, and it says, "You remember like 25 years ago when all of us used to have to pay for ringtones, and now
Yeah.
I literally just have my phone on silent the whole time."
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
remember when you used to have to pay for a ringtone?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
no,
What's your
actually,
best what's the
you
best
would have
ringtone
used
on
a
your
brick
phone?
phone, didn't you?
I
Did you use
did
a brick
no, I
phone?
didn't have a brick phone. I had a Motorola flip phone.
Yeah,
I didn't ever have a brick phone. My brother had a brick phone, but I did have a car phone back when you had car phones. Um, and it was like,
my
$30 a
ringtone.
minute to call somebody down the street. It was crazy. They were nuts, but yeah, it was
I
cool.
know.
What's the best ringtone you have in your phone?
Mine was I think mine was In Sync. I think it was Bye Bye
Uh,
Bye.
uh,
Because I always just get off the phone. Just bye.
I have whiskey glasses for Hirschland because he's a fan of bourbon. I have
Yep.
asshole calling for Trip, one of my best buddies, Trip Eisenhower. And it's hilarious. At one time went off in a meeting with the president of the Golf Channel when I was working there because I forgot to mute it. And then Beautiful Crazy for Karen, which is awesome.
Oh, is it still beautiful crazy right now? Are
Yes. Yes.
those like actual those are the current ringtones you have?
Those are 3 current ringtones in my phone. Yes.
You
And
need
my
to have
son.
mine as chicken fried.
I will. I absolutely will.
Yeah,
Absolutely will.
chicken
Yeah.
fried.
And it works when you call me on WhatsApp too. So perfect. Love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
All
Anyways,
right.
if you love this podcast, please do subscribe. We're on the Live Golf YouTube page. You can find all of the episodes that you might have missed there. We have an archive. We're officially into our 2nd season of Fairway to Heaven. We made it, Foltzy. We
We haven't
made
been
it.
canceled yet.
We haven't been canceled yet.
Mm.
But you can find all of season 1 on the Live Golf YouTube page. Please do subscribe. Also, we're back on our YouTube channel. We're back. We have our very own social channels. Holy crap.
Holy shit.
FTH _ Live Golf. We're on the X, YouTube. What the hell is wrong with me? We're on the X, Instagram, and TikTok. Is TikTok still available in the US? I can't keep up.
I've never seen TikTok, but other than looking
Okay,
on
but if we
Facebook and
are,
seeing the
we're
videos,
there.
yes. I think it's still there. I
Um,
think Trump saved it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
But thanks for listening in. Hope you enjoyed the episode. This will not be the only time we'll have Pet Perez on our
No.
podcast. I
No.
promise you that.
Permaguest.
Yeah.
Permaguest. Absolutely.
It should just be the Pat Perez show and we'll just join him.
Next time you'll have better internet, though. Hopefully.
Yeah, I know.
That was tragic.
I know. See you,
All right.
folks.
See you, kid.